All right, let's just jump right in. I think for a lot of us, the word networking conjures up these images of, super crowded rooms, a lot of forced small talk, and just a ton of pressure. It can honestly feel like a chore, something that just drains your energy. But what if we've been looking at it completely wrong? Today, we're going to explore a totally different approach, one that actually works with your natural strengths, not against them.
So, if just hearing that word makes you want to find the quietest corner in the room and just recharge your social battery, you are so not alone. I get it. That feeling of dread, that pressure to work the room and somehow impress a bunch of strangers, it's a super common experience. But here's the good news. That high pressure model, it's not the only way. And honestly, it's not even the most effective way to build real, lasting connections.
Okay, so this is a really crucial point. We have to understand what introversion actually is. According to folks like the American Psychological Association and experts like Beth Bulow, it has nothing to do with being shy or antisocial. It's all about energy. Introverts recharge their batteries in solitude, while extroverts get their energy from social interaction. It's not a flaw you need to fix. Think of it more like you just have a different operating system.
And this quote from Beth Bulow, wow, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It completely flips the script on what we all think networking is supposed to be. Success isn't about being the loudest person in the room, it's about being the best listener. This single idea reframes introversion from being a networking disadvantage into what could be your secret weapon.
Now, what's so great about this slide is how it breaks down this massive mindset shift. The old way, it's all about performance, the pressure to have that perfect elevator pitch ready to go. But this new approach is about observation. You're shifting your focus from talking to listening, from trying to impress people to just trying to connect. And you're trading all that pressure to perform for the freedom to just be curious.
So, how do we actually use this new mindset? Well, it all starts by recognizing your greatest asset. We're going to reframe listening not as some passive thing you do, but as your networking superpower, an active, powerful tool for building genuine rapport.
And the tool that unlocks this superpower? It's called active listening. A psychologist named Carl Rogers came up with it. And the whole idea is that you're listening to truly understand where the other person is coming from, not just waiting for your turn to talk. And research shows this really works. It builds trust, cuts down on misunderstandings, and creates a real connection, which is, the foundation of any strong professional relationship.
Okay, so theory is great, but how do we actually put this into practice? Let's get into a simple toolkit of 3 really low-stakes icebreakers. And look, these aren't clever lines you have to memorize. They're just strategies designed to open up a conversation by focusing completely on listening and observation. First up, we've got the environmental hook. Instead of putting the spotlight on yourself, which can feel super awkward, you just focus on your shared surroundings. A simple comment like, wow, this coffee is surprisingly good, or that last speaker really made me think, is such a natural, low-pressure way to start. It takes all the anxiety out of it because you're just 2 people sharing the exact same experience.
Next is the opinion seeker. Asking for someone's opinion is a brilliant little hack to start a dialogue because it immediately shows you value what they think. So instead of a generic, how are you? Try a low-pressure, open-ended question. Something like, which session are you most excited about? Or, so what was your take on the keynote speaker? This invites a real answer, and it shifts the focus from you having to talk to you getting to listen. And finally, there's the solo ally strategy. Just take a quick scan of the room, look for other people who are standing alone, or maybe checking their phone by the wall. Chances are they're fellow introverts who would be genuinely relieved that someone is starting a real one-on-one conversation. This lets you totally bypass the overwhelming noise of big groups and find a much more meaningful connection.
You see, when it comes right down to it, all these little tactics, they're really pointing to one big, powerful philosophy. For introverts, effective networking is all about quality over quantity. This is not a numbers game of seeing how many business cards you can collect. It's about prioritizing the depth of your connections, and that is where introverts naturally shine.
And to make this super concrete, let's just redefine what success even looks like. Forget about the pressure to work the room. Instead, set a really simple, totally achievable goal. Aim for just 3 meaningful conversations. That's it. Seriously, if you have even one great exchange that leads to a genuine connection, that event was a huge success. This is how you start winning and networking on your own terms.
And this really gets to the core of why this whole approach is so powerful. The real goal of networking isn't just transactional, it's relational. People hire, promote, and collaborate with people they know and they trust.
By focusing on listening and building genuine rapport in just a few key conversations, introverts often end up building much stronger, more resilient professional relationships in the long run.
So, to wrap this all up, the big takeaway is this. You do not need to become an extrovert to be a great networker. You just need to change your strategy. Stop trying to perform and just start listening. That authentic connection we're all looking for, it's built on understanding, not on putting on a show. I'll just leave you with this final thought. What if you walked into your next event truly believing that your ability to listen was your most powerful tool? By leaning into your natural strengths, you can actually transform networking from something you dread into something you can genuinely succeed at, one meaningful conversation at a time.